Hello, this is Mugetsu, and here I am to do a special stream, which is a MMXOD tournament. Organized, as far as I know, by Microprix, Altap, and some other people. If you want to be given credit, please let me know. Así es, el tío X. Hola, Joaquín. Hello, Ganda. A tournament is happening. Not the previous one, because that ended up cancelled. But this is a new tournament that Microprix and some other people came up with. Okay, let me check the details. Okay, I'm gonna restart this because the region file is... I think they have the correct IP. Okay, I'm gonna start again, and hopefully this time it's gonna work correctly. Thank you, Ganda. Well, here we go. Okay, I messed up. Hello, TC. Wait, let me see if that is the correct one. Okay, yes, it is. Yeah, TC, I'm sorry about yesterday. I was the one who fell asleep. Since I wasn't messaging, I guess you could tell. But yeah, I kind of overexerted myself and fell asleep. I didn't think I would fall asleep that hard, but I didn't wake up until like 5 a.m. Hola Rubén. Que yo sepa, Power se retiró hace ya un par de meses. Que de hecho dediqué una semana de hacerle streams de despedida. Pero entonces se me ocurrió algo gracioso. Como está el torneo del poder de Dragon Ball Z, bueno, Dragon Ball Super, y en inglés sería Tournament of Power. Entonces se me ocurrió hacer el juego de palabras. El torneo en memoria de Power. Es algo tonto, pero así funciona mi sentido del humor. Hola, Diego. No he pensado en eso, Diego. No sé. A lo mejor podríamos considerar a Micro el Goku de este stream. Pero no sé quién sería el Jiren. ¿Quién sería el rival de Micro? ¿El Brian? De hecho, al Brian le queda ser Jiren. Una bestia imparable. Hello, Roncat. Yes, I caught the Ho-Oh, and it actually has the best IVs out of all the ones I have caught so far. So thank you. It has almost perfect IVs. Hola, Copy X. El micro rival es Coqueiro. Ok. Bueno. With all those Ho-Oh we caught, we should be good for grass and steel boss raids. Well, that's great. Hola, Copy. Te voy a explicar rápido lo que pasó. En mayo, mi papá tuvo una cirugía más o menos fuerte. Bueno, es de menor grado, pero digamos que le abrieron el abdomen, pues. Entonces, ha estado en un periodo de recuperación y mientras en tanto mi papá no puede hacer nada de esfuerzo físico. Entonces, Casi todas las tareas recaen sobre mí. Y entre eso y que he estado más ocupado estos meses bajo mi actividad, y también con esto, pues no he regresado al MMXOD. Sí tengo pensado regresar, nada más que se normalice la situación en septiembre, que ya faltan 2 semanas. Well, Ruben, I'm sorry you couldn't join, but at least you can see. Pues yo estoy bien. Gracias, Copy X. Ahí la voy llevando. Y ese Super Slam. La papu referencia misteriosa. Hola, Sedek. Bienvenido. Tomorrow we can do one whole mega slow row and then we can save the second pass for Sassy in the Sama Center. Okay, that's perfect. Gracias, Rubén. Sí, ya está mejor. Ya puede hasta manejar y cosas. Nada más no puede hacer ninguna clase de esfuerzo de cargar cosas. Y entonces, lo principal aquí en mi casa es mi abuelita, que tiene 93 años. Y pues necesita ayuda, ya saben, para levantarse, ayudarla a caminar, ayudarla a bañarse, darle de comer, etc. Entonces, todo eso parece que no es mucho, pero hace falta esfuerzo físico. Y yo soy el que se lo avienta ahorita. Gracias, CopyX. Créeme que a partir de septiembre voy a empezar con los preparativos para retomar el horario de streams ya normal. Sí, como dije, la papu referencia misteriosa. Hola, Brian. Sabía que eras rival de Micro. Lo sabía. He's not, Ruben. Well, he's a little stubborn, but he has been obeying the doctor. You know, he doesn't listen to me, but the doctor says the exact same thing, and suddenly he listens. So, yeah. Sí, entiendo. Igual yo tengo ganas de ir probando. Creo que ya hicieron mejoras del CE, de la versión de Korenji, del mod de Micro. Sí, tengo ganas de ver ya. A ver, de volverme a integrar a este mundito. You're right, Ruben. Yeah, all people tend to be stubborn because why would you listen to a kid? That is their logic. Anyone below the age of 40 is a kid. Megamanco. Te diría que no aceptamos blasfemias en contra de Megamandeidad X en esta casa, pero la verdad es que dio risa. Megamanco. Sí te rifaste. Sí, ya no crashea. Ay, pues qué bueno. Esas son excelentes noticias. El pequeño pero peligroso mundo de las papeadas termonucleares. Las sigmapapeadas termonucleares. Ok, y por lo que veo, aquí la verdad, me disculpo. No sé todos los detalles del torneo, no sé los nombres de los equipos. Pero por lo que estamos viendo aquí, al parecer va a ser Jazz Guzmán contra Altab, Ocean Zero, que no sé quién es, Macherino tampoco sé quién es exactamente. Así se llama un güey del Discord. No, en serio, se llama Megamanco. Ah, ¿se llama Megamanco? Ah, caray. Ok, sí, he estado viviendo bajo una piedra todos estos meses porque no he sabido nada de los cambios nuevos en la comunidad de las papiadas. Ese güey es el diablo. Ay, ya. No, yo pensé que decían el personaje. Pensé que decían Mega Man X. Y digo, no me insulten al padre X. Megamanco invoca a los espíritus chocarreros. El Mega Man X se respeta, él es sagrado. Completamente de acuerdo. Más sagrado que el agua bendita. Ok, como pueden ver, voy a estar de espectador, así que no sé en qué momento va a comenzar. Me imagino que están esperando los participantes. Okay, as you can see, I'm gonna be a spectator because I'm streaming the tournament. I'm not a direct participant. I think that they're waiting for the rest of the players for the match. I have no idea when it's gonna start. Okay, just in case. Queso con pan versión anime. Queso con fan. Aunque, ¿sabes qué? Eso de con fan casi suena como un Pokémon. Oye, ¿o sabes qué? Copy X, algo así tipo Kimetsu no Ya, de Kimetsu no Yaiba. Séptima respiración. Tacos de suadero. Un japonés sí es capaz de hacer eso épico. De hecho, en este anime Bleach, Tite Kubo sí se las arregló para que el lenguaje español fuera chido. Y lo usaban para sus transformaciones y poderes de los malos. Resurrección. Murciélago. Pero con la música y como lo dicen, esos tipos tienen 1000 de aura. Y Shinobu. Bueno. Ok, ya empezamos. We started. And we are watching from the point of view of Guzman, who's maining Vile. And he's already rushing ahead. Let me see, this is... Capture the flag. Okay, so it's a capture the flag match to 5. Guzman is rushing ahead with his team. And he's dead. Alright, let's see. Yes. Pollo con papas versión anime. Okay, and Jazz has the flag. And she doesn't anymore. Now we're seeing Macharino, who's very low in health. Can he make it? Or will he die of a lemonazo? Surprisingly, he survived, but he died. And now we're seeing Ocean Zero, who's guarding the flag, the blue flag. We can see that Ocean Zero is getting deep in enemy territory, and together with his teammates, they got the red flag. And now they have to make it back. They have to make all the way back. Ocean Zero is scouting ahead to protect his teammates who are carrying the flag. Altab is the one with the flag. And we can see that Guzman is taking the blue flag, so now they have to stop him and not lose their flag. Okay, threat eliminated, but at the cost of Ocean Zero's life. Now we're seeing Altap's point of view. Let's see what he does. Damn, Rocket. Okay, we're seeing Altap trying to rush towards the enemy flag. And together with Ocean Zero, they were fighting. I think it was Guzman. Ocean Zero has a flag, and now they have to take the flag, the red flag, back to the team. And he's dead. Now we're seeing Guzman's point of view. He has to stop the blue team. And he kinda did already. Copy X, yo estoy de, digamos, de comentarista. No estoy participando directamente. Estoy de espectador, comentarista. Y pues transmitiendo aquí para todos ustedes. Van a reiniciar la partida. Okay, they're gonna restart the match because there was a disconnection. Sí, CopyX, yo estoy de espectador y comentarista, no estoy participando directamente. Próximamente, a lo mejor ya participo en algún torneo de estos. Pero en este sí no pude. Pues sí, en esencia. Esencia. 7 palabras. All right, in case you missed that, the match is being redone because I believe that there was like a power outage and someone got kicked or, disconnected. So it would have been an unfair fight. We're waiting for the people and they're gonna redo the match. Okay, the match is restarting and we're seeing Guzman's point of view with Vile once again, so we can probably tell he's gonna play aggressively since he's using Vile. But let's see if it pays off. They engaged against the blue team and came out on top, but at kinda heavy cost. ¿Sprinter o streamer? Sprinter? No. Okay, Guzman is still alive. And I'm not sure what his actual strategy is. He might be just killing enemies so that they cannot defend the flag and his other teammates actually do the flag taking, or... Never mind, he kind of snuck away. Well, he snuck into enemy territory. So he's trying to secure the flag. Damn! He lost the 1v1 against Macherino. And now we're seeing Jazz's point of view as Mega Man X defending the red flag. Or just rushing ahead. No, it is... Okay, it looks like she's defending. Making a slow advance. Fighting on top with Vile. And she's dead. Now we're seeing Macherino's point of view. He was heavily wounded, but he had a sub-tank, so now he's back in action. And he just defeated Guzman. Yeah. He just recovered the red flag and he's trying to take it away. He managed to win the engagement. And now he's taking the flag back to his team. Oof. Also, well, we're on to the next player, Ocean Zero, and he just died. Okay, we're seeing Polar okay, and he's dead too, goddammit. Okay, I'll tap. Okay, that was a double KO. That was kinda cool to see. And now we're seeing Guzman once again. 2v1. Yeah, he wasn't gonna win that one alone. He's back to full health, so presumably rushing back into battle. Enemies dealt with, and I guess he's gonna try and snatch the blue flag. Well, he took down an enemy and now he's trying to get back. Fighting outside. And his health is low again. Sí lo vi. Alright, I believe that Guzman is trying to stay in the battle as long as possible. And it was working until now. Now we're seeing Jazz again. And another double KO. Now this is Macherino's point of view. Suele suceder. And Macherino has the red flag, but can he survive? No. Now we're seeing Ocean Zero. He's fighting Guzman. And it's not looking good. Well, he died. Now we're seeing Polar okay, and okay, we can see that he's using a mix of Mega Man X1, X2, and I think X3 armor pieces. Interesting. Well, that was a quick engagement. He came out relatively unscathed. And, well, there is the Giga Crush. So far, well, he took heavy damage. Too much. And now we're seeing Al-Tab, who just died, but revived as MK2, so... well, he got a second win. Let's see if he can make it worthwhile. Violent K2 is kind of a menace, so if he's not stopped, it's gonna be very difficult. I mean, if he's not stopped soon, he's gonna give the enemy a headache. And he had a sub-tank, so He evaded the Giga Crush, but he died. And now we're seeing Guzman. The red flag was captured, but I think that he's gonna try to defend it. Rocket, yeah, I believe so. It's gonna be Spooky Sunday. Damn, Guzman is dead. Okay, we're back to Jazz, and let's see what she can do. She's fighting Maturino, and it's a tough matchup. A double KO. A soul for a soul. Now we're seeing Ocean Zero advancing ahead. And he just took a Giga Crush head on. At least he was able to survive it, but he's not in good shape. And he died. Now we're seeing Polar OK. He committed Sudoku. So now we're seeing Altap, who is MK2 once more. And he just killed Guzman. Now, together with Macherino, they're trying to take the red flag. Let's see if they will succeed. Meanwhile, Jazz was taking the blue flag, and they're trying to stop her. But there's Ocean Zero, and Altap just died to a Giga Crush. Meanwhile, Guzman is trying to defend the red flag. He defeated Ocean Zero, but at a heavy cost. And he's back to full health. And the red team just scored. So it's 1-1. And let's remember that whoever reaches first wins. The blue team just scored, so it's 2-1 in favor of blue team. Guzman just took the blue flag. Let's see if he can take it far enough. The blue team doesn't seem to have noticed, or they are busy elsewhere. Guzman decided to leave the flag, and he is going for the health recovery. Huh. Okay, that's a strange move. Well, he went and killed Ocean Zero. And I suppose he's gonna try and get the flag back, but yeah, this was one of the risks. Now the blue team is here, and they're not gonna let him. Macherina just killed... Wait. Macherina just killed this man. And now we're seeing Jazz, who also just died. And now we're seeing Macherina, who is having a fight against Polar OK, where the two killed each other. And now we're seeing Ocean Zero's point of view. El barrio se volvió Latinoamérica. Alright, Roncat, no problem. Okay, back to the match, let's see. Ocean Zero is trying to fight Guzman, who has a right armor. And, well, he died. But he took down one of the blue team members. And now we're seeing Father OK, who is trying to rush back to the blue flag. Right now the score is 3-1 in favor of blue. Father OK just died. And now we're seeing outside. Damn, the right armor was destroyed with a Hadouken. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. That was like 10 scraps, I think. Lost in a single attack. And Altab just couldn't take the burn. Now we're seeing Guzman also using Vile. Damn, Vile versus Vile. But he didn't peep up his ride. And now let's see Jazz. She got hit with a parasitic bomb and, well, she's dead. Now we're seeing Macherino, who is with Altab and Ocean Zero, trying to reach the red flag, presumably. They're fighting Guzman and Polar OK. Altab got the right armor. So, well, Macherino died. Altab has his right armor destroyed. Ocean Zero got frozen for a moment and died. Now we're seeing Polar OK. Currently fighting Ocean Zero, but he took a lot of damage, so he's trying to get back. Using the bubble splash for extra mobility. I swear I only remember Micro Freaks actually using the splash bubble that much. Alright, there's a Giga Crush. And, well, that's a triple KO. Now we're back to Altab. Altab is currently fighting Guzman, Vile versus Vile. But the blue team arrived, so he's not alone anymore. And here's Guzman back. It looks like Altab is not in a good spot right now. And he just died. Now we're seeing Guzman, who took the blue flag, but he's not gonna make it very far by the look of it. Well, never mind. He did advance a decent distance. And now Jazz was trying to take the blue flag, but she was killed. Meanwhile, Macherino got the red flag and is rushing back. If he scores, that's gonna be 4 points for the blue team. Yep. The red team is in serious trouble, so let's see if they can turn it around. And here we have an extensive team fight. Macherino survived with low health, but he recovered with a sub-tank. And he's trying to prevent the blue flag from being stolen. That's a 2v1. He is probably not gonna win. Yeah, well, it became a 3v1. Now we're seeing Ocean Zero, who is fighting Jazz. Zero's lack of range is coming to bite. He has taken some damage, but he healed with a sub-tank. And is currently defending the blue flag. But here's Guzman with the right armor and determined to take it. He just took it, but lost the right armor. Let's see if the blue team can stop him. Well, they did. Now Ocean Zero is defending the flag, but at low health. So it's gonna be best if his team can get back in time. Or he's just gonna die in like 2 hits. Well, there is Altab. Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, there was no way he was surviving the Giga Crush. But, well, the threat was eliminated, and now Altap has the right armor. And Altap has been slain. Now we're seeing Guzman. Well, Guzman is trying to fight Macherino, but it didn't work out well. Now we're seeing Jazz, who just got the blue flag, but she was killed before she could get far. Now we're seeing Macherino, who is currently fighting Guzman and Polar OK. He has taken a lot of damage, so let's see if he can recover. Nope, died of a limonazo. Limonazo. And now we're seeing Ocean Zero carrying the red flag. If he manages to score, that's gonna be the winning point for the team, but he was killed. Now we're seeing Polar OK. Let's see if he can stop the enemy team from taking the red flag. He had a sub-tank to recover some health, and he is back in the fight. And here we get another big team fight. The red team came on top, but it might be too late. Well, he did one Giga Crush before dying. And now we're seeing Altap, who just lost his right armor, I think. And there is the countdown. Well, we can say that at this point, the blue team has won. And the match ended with a score of 4-2 in favor of blue team. GG's everyone. Okay, so it's gonna be a best out of 3, so there's gonna be 2 more matches before a winner is decided. It looks like it's gonna be the same map, the robot junkyard. Huh. I wasn't sure. I thought that maybe they would have different maps for the different matches. Solo banearon a Poder OK. Alright. We're seeing Guzman's point of view now in the blue team. It's Polar OK, Guzman, and Jazz versus Ocean Zero, Altap, and Macherino. 3v3. correctly, Guzman just barely survived. And he died, but took down Zero with him. Now we're seeing Jazz, who's trying to recover. Now she's ready to go back to the battle. And damn, she's already on low health again. And she just died. We're seeing Macharino with the blue flag, but he's very low on health and just died. Now Ocean Zero just killed Altab, but he's fighting Jazz. And he's dead. Now we see Poder OK with the red flag and possibly scoring the first point. Yeah. The first point for the blue team was scored by Poder OK. But he got killed. Now here we see Altab trying to rush ahead. Fighting Yes. But he died. Guzman's Vial is charged and ready to use that devastating laser attack, which I don't know what it's called, but I know that it does a lot of damage, but it wasn't enough. Okay, we're back to Jazz. She has the Buster charge and took heavy damage, but survived. She just recovered, so let's see how she fares. No, Brown Cat, I haven't. But you know what? That sounds very interesting. Okay, Jazz took the red flag and is currently fighting Altab, and it didn't work out for her. Now we're seeing Macharino fighting Guzman, and he just died to Poder OK. Ocean Zero is still alive, but only for a few seconds. Now we have Poder OK with the Buster ready, but less than half health. Thank you, Runcat. Alright, Poder OK is possibly trying to take the red flag once more. Yeah. But Macharino was anticipating it. Now, I wonder if Altab will defend the flag or will just try to capture the blue one. Okay, he seems to be trying to defend and capture at the same time. He almost killed Poder OK, but he died. Now we're seeing Jazz. That was a harsh 2v1. Runcat, I personally don't believe in that. Zero absolutely would have destroyed any of the old robot masters. Okay, let's see. Macharino is trying to take the blue flag. And he almost killed Jazz, but died. Now we have Ocean Zero, who just respawned. Ocean Zero is actually, the full team was fighting together, and they won with this. I think it was Altab that they killed. And Ocean Zero has the flag. They managed to kill Guzman, who was trying to stop him. And now Ocean Zero has to try and get as far as he possibly can. The score is currently 1-1, so you know it's a tie so far. But with this, the red team is gonna turn the tide in their favor if they score. He has taken some damage, but he's still heading towards the base. And that's a score. 2 points for the red team. Looks like he's gonna use the Buster or a Hyper mode. Yeah, switch from Mega Man X to X to Sigma, and it seems it worked out. Polar Arcade is using Zero now. Polar Arcade just went to recover health, and well, he managed to iframe the Giga Crush from Matarino. I see Round Cat, but I still disagree because the idea is that both X and Zero are just leagues above the old Robot Masters. I don't believe improvements are gonna matter for Mega Man Base or Proto Man. They're just gonna be no match. It's freaking Mr. Satan versus Cell. Or Farmer versus Raditz. Okay, back to this. Polar Arcade flawlessly iframed a Giga Crush again with the Recoja. And now he is with Jazz, trying to take the red flag. Currently fighting Ocean Zero. And, well, Polar Arcade died before he could take the red flag. Now we see Alt-Tab. Presumably, he's gonna attempt to take the blue flag, since he's not staying to defend. Or maybe he's trying to defend farther ahead. But that's a 2v1, and man, he lost. Alright. We're back with Guzman and the blue team. They seriously need to score another point, but he just died. We're back with Yasa Sigma, and well, she took a few hits, but she's fine. She just summoned Neon Tiger, and is currently fighting Alt-Tab and Matarino. Okay, at a heavy cost, she took the red flag, but she got killed. Round Cat. The thing is, remember how easy Cutman was to defeat in Mega Man X8? Also, the red team just won 3-1. Damn. Well, GG, and there's gonna be one more match. Turns out you can't ignore upgrades. Oof. Well, GG's everyone. Godman is a Gen 1 Robot Master. I mean, Mega Man is a Gen 1 Robot Master for that matter. If you pit Mega Man 11 against Godman, he gets wrecked easily too. I mean, I think so. But there are some games that make you believe that Mega Man doesn't really get much stronger. Yeah, I know. But even with all the upgrades, I don't think even Mega Man Base or Proto Man stand a chance against Zero. The way I see it, Mega Man, Proto Man, and Base are the farmer. Zero is Raditz. Even if they became Ryu from Street Fighter, that is still a human. They're not gonna do much against Raditz. So even with the upgrades, they're not gonna do much against Zero. Okay, let's see what happened. Are they gonna redo the match or what? Light upgraded Mega Man when he couldn't hurt Terra in Mega Man 5 Game Boy 2. Yes, I know. But I still don't think that they are anywhere near X's X Saga's power level. I don't believe any of the Robot Masters can actually stand a chance against the Mega Man X era Reploids. Mega Man also beat Ramon when the other Robot Masters couldn't. Okay. I mean, I know that Mega Man has some amazing feats, and I give him credit being stronger than most Robot Masters. But I still believe that there is a huge power gap between Classic and X that keeps, Classic Robot Masters from being able to do much against Reploids or X or Zero for that matter. I mean, my belief is Base X from Mega Man X1 would solo everything in classic Mega Man without a single upgrade. And Zero is stronger than Base X, so yeah. Now, kinda interesting and kinda funny, I guess. There doesn't seem to be such a power gap between X and Zero sagas. Well, considering that it's essentially, I mean, it's still Zero. X is gone. The Reploids don't seem to have gotten much better. And for that matter, in ZX, they seem even weaker. I would say ZX characters would struggle against Mega Man Zero era Mavericks or Mega Man X. But yeah, between Classic and X, there seems to be a big power gap. No, Ron Cat. That bubble noise was from W Place. You know that thing where you paint pixels and things? Yeah. Elf Wars halted technology progression. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because it doesn't seem to be any better than X era stuff. But how come in another century they didn't improve at all? Because CX doesn't seem to be any better. It seems actually to be worse. Wait. Okay, people left the match. And okay, let me see what's happening. Base X looked weak in Maverick Hunter X. Yeah, but remember, Maverick Hunter X is a reboot retcon that was kind of uncalled for. I am abiding by the original Mega Man X canon because Maverick Hunter X changes things for no good reason. Okay, let me see what happened. All right, the tournament will continue. We're just waiting for the next match with different teams. It's why Command Mission has more powerful Reploids that are stronger than Zero Series ones. You know what? That actually makes perfect sense. I mean, X in Command Mission, you know, you said it, it's essentially GT Goku in terms of power. Zero and Axel are also on that ballpark, so. I mean, they still had Reploids going Maverick and stuff, so I know that they didn't have a full-blown Maverick war, but they still had reasons to, you know, to keep their fighting skills and weapons sharp, and they didn't. With 200 years of peace between Zero and ZX. Well, the purple guys weren't that strong though. Okay. Okay, that's a nice counterpoint. Okay, just in case you guys missed it, I'm waiting for the next match to be organized with different teams as the tournament continues. Serpent and Albert also did their dirty deeds behind the scenes, and as far as the public knew, they were heroes. Yeah, I am kind of aware. Also, in ZX, the civilians are so unused to seeing combat Reploids that they think Vent and Ale in Model X are frightening. Yeah, I do remember that. You know, from my personal observation, Prometheus and Pandora, I would say that at the very best, they are on par with the four Guardians of Mega Man Zero. And even then, I am feeling generous. I don't think that they are stronger than that. My take is, if Zero from Mega Man Zero were around, he would wreck them. Or X from the X saga. At the very least, X3 and onwards, X beats those guys. Good night, Altab. Thank you for helping organize the tournament and participating. Have a good night. Okay, we can see that the teams are gonna have Papu Sigma, our Titan, the Omega Zero. I'm not sure if that is the actual Papu Sigma or an imposter. Hola GCU. Papu Sigma, vas a caer. Ok, sí es el Papu misterioso. Remember, Prometheus and Pandora were holding back in their fights with Ale, Vent. I would still say 4 Guardian tier. That's where I'm placing them. I don't have any reason to believe that they are stronger than the 4 Guardians. Okay, I'm gonna go grab some chocolate milk, so I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. You can say Gray could have really high specs since he was able to hold his own against the tornado. It's hard to tell. Hello, Ganda. I'm gonna post a link. Yeah, it's very good. I love the Super Nintendo sound style, especially the Mega Man X sound samples. Ok, déjalo, pongo a ver. A ver si me deja poner el link. Ah, sí me dejó. Eso es lo que estaba escuchando. You're welcome. Como dijeron el abuelo Max, se va a poner interesante. Okay, the match just began and we're watching GSU. O como lo conocemos en español, el Jesucristo. He's on the red team with Papo Sigma fighting, let's see, Coqueros, Green, and R-Titan. Well, yes, you died. Now we're seeing Papo Sigma, who is ironically using Vile. You know, I would call that false advertising. He has the right armor. Let's see if it works out. Damn. Also, a nice choice of map. He's currently fighting. Lost the right armor, but he's still unscathed. This is deathmatch to 60. Team deathmatch. So there is no flag. Just kills. And he committed Sudoku. Now we're seeing Green, who is using Zero. Currently fighting GSU, who is using Axel. And he's dead. R-Titan is also dead. We're seeing Omega Zero with Zero. Fair enough, but he died. Now we're seeing Coqueros with Sigma. Currently fighting, well, the red team. And he just died. Now we're back to GSU's Axel. He's taking a lot of damage, but recovered with the sub-tank. And now he stole Zero's power. He didn't make it. Now we're back to Papo Sigma, just to see him die. And here we have Preen, who is also a very low health. Okay, there's a lot of people dying. We're back to Kokarus, who has Sigma and Overdrive Ostrich summon, but he got killed. And once again, we're back to GSU. Damn, that's a 2v1. At least he escaped with his life for now. He managed to heal, but not completely. And so far, well, he stole Sigma's power. That didn't last very long. And he's dead. Let's see what Papu does. Apparently, not much. Okay, now we're seeing our Titan, who is also using Bio. The score is very close. Currently tied 24-24. Okay, yeah, this is an extremely close match. Now we're seeing the Omega Zero. And he died. We're back with Kokarus. And, well, he's dead. Yes, you currently fighting Brain. He managed to survive. And he just killed our Titan. But he's dead now. Now we're seeing Brain with Zero. That could be a Buster Charge or a Hyper Mode. I guess we'll have to see. It seems to be a Buster Charge. Yeah. The Omega Zero is currently fighting Kokarus. They killed the Overdrive Ostrich, but Kokarus got launched octopus out. And, well, he's dead. Omega Zero is barely alive. Yes, Altab. Blood for the Blood God. So far, the Omega Zero is alive. But he just got sucked to death by Launch Octopus. And we're seeing Kokarus fighting the Red Team. He has his 2 Mavericks out, so he's gonna be hard to take down. Okay, he recalled them and placed them in a different place. Put them in a different place, but he got killed. Now we have GSU, and let's see what he does. Electro-chan. Damn. Talk about the pitfall. We're back to Papu, and Papu died. Now we're seeing Green. And he died too. Let's see our Titan, he has a red armor. But died to a Ricola. But he had MK2, so a second chance at life. Lost the right armor. He's holding his own, but he's already below half health, so if he wants to keep it up, he's gonna have to recover. And he just got killed by Papa Sigma. We're back to the Omega Zero, fighting Kokarus. He won, but at what cost? And now we're seeing Brain again. Well, finding the right armor is hard. And he died. Okay, we're back to Kokarus only to see him die. GSU got the white axle. But it seems that the power-up just ran out. How strong do you think Ruby Spears X compared to the canon characters? You know, I think I need to rewatch the episode. But I would say he is several times more powerful than Ruby Spears Mega Man, so I would say at the very least 10 times as powerful. Okay, we're seeing Papu and... okay, the red team won. It's 60-58. That was an extremely close match. A lot of kills. Ganaron los Papus. En efecto, Jesús. Uf. White saved the day. If we said that in the United States or Europe, we would get cancelled. It's a good thing we're in Latin America. Okay, we're waiting for the next match. Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna take longer. It's the same map. And now we have GSU, Papo Sigma, and the Omega Zero in the blue team. Brain, Kokarus, and Earth Titan on the red. Yeah, I noticed that was weird. I think that there was a mistake with the team assignation. I don't know if they're gonna continue or they're gonna remake it. You wouldn't know, they took back a lot of that stuff. Well, the joke was still funny around Cat, but okay. Thanks for letting us know. Okay, the match is still ongoing. After all, PC Principal is now Power Christian Principal. What the hell is happening to the United States? Okay, right now, I don't know if they're gonna continue with the match as it is, or if they're gonna remake it. After seeing Kamala Harris get wrecked in the November election, a lot of corporations backpedaled on woke and DEI stuff. Yeah, I am aware. Okay, I'm not sure if this match is gonna go forward because there is the whole thing with the SWAT teams. Okay, I think the match is actually gonna go as it is. So, well, let's see. The score is currently 28-25 in favor of blue. And we're seeing GSU's both point of view. Now it's become the opposite problem where a person could be a person of color and be qualified for a job instead of getting a free DEI pass that they will get rejected from a job for their skin color. Well, I can say that as a native Mexican that has never been in the US, that seems to be the air quote normal way the US used to be. I'm not saying it's good, but you know, I have always been taught that having brown skin isn't gonna get you far in the US. Alright, let's continue with the match. Let's see Papa Sigma with Vile fighting Cockroach. And he just died. Now we have Green using Zero, and he's together with his team. Currently fighting Papa Sigma. Managed to kill him, but barely. And just died. Our Titan just died. So we have the Omega Zero. Jessica Alba. I mean, she's blonde. Well, that's good. I think that's good, Uganda. You know, everyone should have an equal chance. I'm not saying privileged people, but at least, try to level the field. Okay, we're back to GSU's Axel, and we're seeing him. He's doing some sniping. He killed our Titan. Yeah, same. To be honest, Uganda, I don't think skin color really matters that much. I judge people by their actions myself. But also, in all fairness, where I live is nowhere near as multicultural as the US. Everyone is essentially mixed blood of Mayan and Spanish. There is very little foreign presence, so I can't tell you what it is like, interacting with different cultural groups, because there is no such thing around in here. But I still think, you should only judge the person for their actions, not for things that they cannot control or things that, they are not doing. Because who the hell controls their genetics? Oh yeah, the thing about hair. Okay, the blue team won 60-48. GG's. I mean, Uganda, I think it depends on the job. Because there are some kinds of jobs where who the hell cares what is your hairstyle? I mean, a receptionist, a clerk, I guess I understand, they want clean, professional looking people. But for example, if you're gonna be in construction, who the hell is gonna care what your hair is like? Or if you're an electrician, a plumber, hell, I would say even a teacher, as long as they are, clean, it shouldn't matter, their choice of hairstyle. As long as it's not some political propaganda or whatever. Like, if you have the Killmonger haircut, that's like a hell no to managers. I don't even know what is the Killmonger. Or show up looking like Sideshow Bob. Okay, fair enough. I believe that she should be clean and dressed reasonably for the job, but not coming in like a freaking smoking to work for McDonald's. Come on. Okay, people have left this. Okay, let me see if the tournament is gonna continue, because I don't know. The construction helmet needs to fit properly, though. I guess. If your hair is long enough, it can get caught in equipment. I mean, you can braid your hair. You can do several things to keep it out of the way. So, it's not like having long hair automatically makes it unfit for things. And some people do even have, like religious exemptions. Like, for example, I believe the Sikh don't cut their hair. they just, bunch it up and cover it with a turban. I know that's not super common, but I mean, at least they have a way to make it work. Walking around with the 1970s disco afro is a bit ridiculous. I guess it kind of depends on the execution because that can be ridiculous, cringe, or an insane level of aura. Or Bob Ross. Bob Ross rocked the afro. Not at work. Okay. Yeah, not at work. But Bob Ross did wear the afro at work. I guess it's gonna depend. Exactly. Also that. Well, you know what? That's the thing. I wasn't sure how long the tournament was gonna take because organizing things, like getting the people together for the matches does take some time, as you saw. So I kind of left it open, considering that right now Microprix told me this is gonna be it for the tournament. Yeah, we can do some spooky watch along, like 2, 3 hours, and yeah. Also, there's gonna be a second part to this tournament tomorrow, so that's gonna have to be before the Spooky Sunday. Okay, because there's more teams to battle. We only had 2 teams on this section, and I think it's gonna be the other 2 teams for the next one. And I'm not sure if the finals are gonna be like on the same installation or if there's gonna be a third one. Afraid of the dark and haunting hour. Well, around cat, supply the episodes and we can watch. But remember, we can only do that over at Kick because YouTube doesn't like copyright stuff. So yeah, I was just told this is gonna be it for the tournament. So thank you everyone for coming, and especially thanks for the people who organized the tournament, Microprix, Altab, and all the participants. GSU, Papu, the Omega Zero, Jazz, R Titan, and I don't know. There are more names. I'm gonna find some school episodes, but we're starting with the Chamila's episode. All right. Okay, guys. So yeah, this is gonna be it for the Mega Man XOD stream. And if you guys want to continue, we're gonna watch spooky shows on Kick. And yes, thanks to the Mega Man XOD community for keeping this game alive. This is probably one of the last bastions of resistance for the Mega Man X fandom, and it's such an underrated one. All right, guys. DC, I believe I'm gonna have to do Castle Crashers at some point next week, but I would be lying to you if I told you I know for sure when. It's gonna be next week. I'm gonna see if I can work it in, like between Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. It's gonna depend on how busy things get because I cannot really predict. Daily Motion, yeah, that's okay. Oganda, I believe that there is some work on wanting to bring this over to Android and presumably Linux because Android is based on Linux. But right now, the main focus of the community at large is to fix the game. The game still suffers from ancient spaghetti code, according to Gazelle's reports. So, and he's basically the guy repairing it. So, until everything is fixed, I guess then they can start talking about parts. But right now, they need to fix the whole mess. They have been making progress. I have seen some things. Good night, Altab, and thank you for coming by. Yeah, that would be amazing. All right, guys. Well, like I said already, this is gonna be it for the tournament. So we're gonna do the spooky Saturday stream in a few more minutes. So see you next time, or see you in a few minutes.